Today I have a review of the Sofirn SP40 budget headlamp. Sofirn continues to bring out affordable products and take feedback seriously. I've had this one for a little while and I've been using it for various things around the house, and thanks to them for sending it to me to take a closer look at and review on the channel. Let's take a closer look and see what it's all about. Here is the packaging that the light comes in, and it's just a brown cardboard box, nothing fancy, and inside you get all the different accessories. And the light does come with a lot of accessories. We'll go over the simple things. You've got a couple spare O-rings. You've got a micro USB charging cable. You've got a pocket clip here. You've got a manual, and it's a pretty good manual. It comes in German and English, it looks like. And you've got an 18350 tube. So the light will run 18650s and 18350s. You get the head strap itself, which is a silicone rubber, pretty simple here with 2 loops. It is a thinner head strap, kind of plain. It's kind of a gray, not a black. Nothing real fancy there. And then you get an included 18350 cell that is Sofirn branded, and it is 3000 milliamp hours. This light's made from anodized aluminum, and machine and finish are good for this price range. Nothing really here to complain about. The tail here is flat and non-magnetic, and the light comes in 3 pieces. You've got the tail cap here, the body section, and the head, and you've got this standard diamond knurling on here. The diamonds have been knocked down, so it's plenty of grip to hold it in your hand, but not it's not going to rip up your clothes or anything like that. And I do expect it to kind of wear down and pick up grip just because of how grippy it is. The headband, as I mentioned, is a 3-piece design, so you've got an over-the-head piece. I know some people really like that or prefer that. And like I said before, it's not quite as premium of feel as some of the other bands that I've had. Inside is a little bit softer than the outside, which is nice, but there's no grip or texture on the inside, and it's easy to adjust. So with the 18650 tube, you just put it on by just kind of inserting it here. And this takes a little bit of effort. I won't lie, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's not hard either. And once it's on there, it's pretty fixed into place. To rotate the lamp, you just have to rotate the entire thing. So it's not the easiest to adjust, but that's not a huge deal either. And it works in either direction. With the 18350 tube here, there's very little real estate to fit it inside the headlamp, but it will do that. I'll put in a picture here what that looks like. It will fit, but it's probably not the best, and your run times will be cut shorter too. Looking at the head here a little bit closer, you've got a little bit of heat sinking on the sides. You've got the lens here on the front. It is anti-reflective coated glass. The reflector inside does have an orange peel on it, and then you've got this bezel here. On the back, you've got your micro USB charging port. It opens up there, and you've got the USB port inside. It does fit on fairly tightly, but the light is not IPX8 water rated. It's IPX6, I believe, or 7. So it'll deal with splashes and rain, but not full submersion. Then on top, you've got the button here. You can see it's got 2 green LEDs there when it's on. Those green LEDs go red when charging and green when completely charged as well. A quick note on the pocket clip here. It is one of these that you just press on and fit like that. Not my favorite style, but it does work. You can do it head up like I can see here, but when you're doing that, you're going to have a lot of the light sticking out. So if I was going to EDC this light, I'd carry it head down, which isn't my preferred carry method. You got the bulk in your pocket there. I just don't care for that as well. But that is how you get a reasonable depth to carry it. I just couldn't carry it at top here because it'd be too deep. This does take quite a bit of force to take on and off, so I don't think it's going to slip off easily. So I measured the length at 107 millimeters, width at 22 millimeters, and head width here at 27 millimeters. Weight with the included 18650 battery is 105.4 grams. With the headband and battery, it's 141 grams. So comparing it to my Armitech ELF C2 here, they're similar style of lights, so that's why I wanted to compare the two. They both run 18350s. You can see the Armitech is a little bit longer, but it does have a magnetic tail, which I prefer. That Armitech does have a lot better clip on here for in the pocket carry. It's head up, and it's much deeper. Both are USB rechargeable here on the back. The Armitech has a much smaller port that's out of the way a little bit better, although I didn't find the Sofirn to be in the way at all. And on the head, you can see that the Sofirn has the button on top and the Armitech has the button on the side. They both have their pros and cons, but pretty similar headlamps, but the price points are quite a bit different. The Sofirn is maybe 40 or 50% less depending on the coupon that's going on at the time. So as I mentioned before, the Sofirn is using the Cree XPL LED in cool white, but it's not a super cool tint. I'd guess it to be something maybe like 6,000 Kelvin or maybe even a little bit warmer than that, maybe 5,000. Well, I wish it was a neutral white. For this price, that's okay. The beam's pretty standard, no major artifacts. If I turn it on here, you can see that it does have more hotspot than what we're used to on some headlamps. This means it throws decently well. You've still got a spill around here, maybe about this far or so in the slow mode, you can see. Since it doesn't have that diffuser or TIR optic, that's kind of what you'd expect. This light does have PWM in all modes, but I don't really notice it. I'm not super sensitive, and I don't think you will either, and we don't happen to see it on camera either. Heat here isn't too bad. During my runtime test, I measured the light at several different intervals and found the following temps: 1 minute 93 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 minutes 115, and 10 minutes was 111. So that's warm, but it's not going to burn you, and it's plenty fine when it's on your head. I'll put some runtime graphs in here to kind of show you what it's like. Overall, the output here was okay. It's not the best regulated light. It does sag quite a bit with voltage. Probably some cost-cutting savings there, but not the end of the world either. Here are my night shots for the Sofirn SP40, and this is a pretty affordable headlamp from Sofirn. This is low mode, about 5 lumens, and if I bump up to mid, this is 90 lumens. I think this is a lot of the mode you'll be using when it's actually mounted on your head, working on something close to you. It is a Cree XPL LED, and it is in cooler white. But you can see here, even at 90 lumens in medium mode here, it throws pretty decently for what it is. This is high, 450 lumens, and you know, not bad. You can tell that cooler tint. It's not something I've had a lot of lights here recently. And this is turbo, full 1200 lumens. You know, it throws decently well. It is a timed step down light, but this is more than plenty for most people for a headlamp, and it's super affordable too. Again, here is low, medium, high, and turbo. So official outputs lumens are listed at 5 lumens for low, medium at 90 lumens, high at 450 lumens, and turbo at 1200 lumens. UI is pretty simple here. I've got it turned on low. I can just press and hold and I get the next button mode up to medium and then high. If I keep pressing and holding, the light will cycle through. To go to turbo, you've got to double click. And there's the full 1200 lumens. And there's no blinky modes or anything like that. Single press to turn off. Pretty simple. The light does have memory for all modes except turbo. As mentioned, the light does have recharging on board via micro USB in the head. Low voltage protection on this light was 2.76 volts, and that's where I started my charging at, and charged for a full 4.8 hours at an average of 0.9 amps. And this is an acceptable speed and should be very safe for any 18650 that you put inside. But if you are running that short tube and an 18350, it might be slightly fast, although it is under that 1C, so it's completely safe. Like I said, you're not going to win any charging rates here, but that's okay on this price range. I really have no complaints with the included 3000 milliamp hour Sofirn branded 18650 battery either. So the pros for me are, it's a great list of accessories that it includes, including that 18350 tube and 18650 battery. It's really a fantastic value for what you're getting with this kit, including the battery, USB recharging cable, clip, everything. And it's an even better value if you use the coupon that I've got in the description below. The cons for me are that head strap's a little bit thinner. It just doesn't seem quite as well made, although I had zero issues with it. And like I said, I've been using this for a couple of months. The current regulation isn't the best. You get some output sag with the battery instead of a more even step decline, and there's currently no tint options available. I'd like to remind you guys I do have social media websites, Patreon, Facebook, Instagram. If you're not joined all those, please make sure you do like them and join up with me on social media. My conclusion is, for the price, flexibility, and fast shipping if you buy from Amazon, I'm not sure if there's a better value 18650 headlamp available for less money that includes USB charging. There are other headlamps that I rate overall as better, but their prices are significantly more. The Sofirn SP40 provides a good amount of working light for most jobs in most situations, and has onboard charging for convenience and includes optional extras like that 18350 tube instead of making them an optional extra. This is, I think, a great option for somebody who's looking for a headlamp or a work situation that you need to buy several, or a club or something like that. They're inexpensive, but still pretty good quality. And being a complete kit, it'd make a good gift too. As I've mentioned before, if you've watched any of my other headlamp reviews, headlamps are something I think pretty much everyone should own. They're incredibly useful around the house and anywhere when you're working on something and want two hands free to be on tools or be on your parts. If none of that applies to you, I still think they make a decent right angle EDC in most situations too. As always, guys, I wanted to thank you for watching this video review. Let me know in the comments what you think, and make sure you check the description in case I've got any discounts, and I'm pretty sure I will have one in this case. And as always, thanks for watching, and make sure you catch me on the next review.